Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Героям України тричі!
Слава! Слава! Слава!
My friends, today is a day of mourning. I would like to start by asking you all to honor the people who have died throughout this war. The women, the children, the heroes of Ukraine. And those who have been tortured, those who are still being tortured right now. In the name of those who have perished, of those who have suffered, and those who still suffer now, I'd like to invite you all to do a minute of silence. Thank you. Охматдит is a new low for the Russian terrorist regime. Every single time they commit an atrocity, we hope that that is the pinnacle of the evil that they are capable of. We hope that they cannot hurt us any longer, any more than they already have. We hope that someday people will start looking at this situation and they will see a message written with blood. The blood spilled by the Russian terrorist regime. Blood of innocent people. For what benefit? What military advantage is there for the Russian terrorist regime in killing children? In attacking the biggest children's hospital in Europe? There's nothing. There's no benefit. There's no tactical advantage. It's done simply to kill, to exterminate, to annihilate, to destroy the Ukrainian people, to attack them at their hearts, to make them lose hope. And also, because the Russian terrorist regime likes to prod. They like to push and continuously attack until they are stopped or until they win. They are prodding the West right now. This attack, the purpose is clear. They want to see if there's going to be a reaction. If there is no reaction, then these attacks will escalate. That they will continue to attack innocents. And perhaps one day, one terrifying day, they might feel brave enough to use those dreaded nuclear weapons that we have heard so much about. They continuously talk about every single time something does not go as they want. My friends, we are on the knife's edge here. The Russian terrorist regime has proven that it will always do what it feels like it can get away with. And this is only one of those situations. An attack on children. We have wept much. We have mourned much. Because we remember. We remember what has happened. But my friends, we need to know something for sure. That the only way to prevent such things from happening is not to weep. Do not let the enemy see your tears. Do not let them rejoice with your suffering. We need to speak. We need to tell those who don't know what's going on right now. The United Kingdom, this great country we live in, their reaction is always immediate. They have now allowed the Ukrainians to use Storm Shadow missiles on targets inside of Russia. For that we say thank you. However, not every country in the world has the same understanding of what's going on. So the question rises myself, how? How do we prevent children from dying? How do we prevent the innocents from suffering? Arms keep peace. That is the answer. The United Kingdom has been spearheading the aid for Ukraine. And we need to understand at long last that organizations, such as, for example, NATO, are the only thing preventing the Russians from moving any further, from attacking other countries, from hurting more children. We will not forget, we will not forgive. We will remember, and we will remember those who have hurt us and those who have helped us. And both of them will get what they deserve, my friends. That is a certainty. World, wake up!
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 Russia is a terrorist state!
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 Fighter jets for Ukraine!
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 Air defense 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 for Ukraine!
All together we will win!
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 And of course, my friends, today's message, one of the main messages today, Russia out of UN!
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 It should have happened long ago. We're playing around with psychopaths. We're negotiating with killers and murderers and rapists. We're trying to appease them, believing in the gratitude of evil men. Men who will stab us in the back at the first opportunity. Men who already have stabbed us in the back many times in the past. And yet this idiotic benevolence continues to triumph for some reason. We need to wake up long last. Many times we have attempted to negotiate with the Russian terrorist regime. In both the Budapest memorandums, in the Budapest memorandum, in fact, Ukraine has given up the third biggest nuclear arsenal in the world. In both the Minsk agreements, Ukraine has agreed to give up parts of its lands forever in exchange for peace. The Russian terrorist regime has broken those agreements. The second one on the same day on which it was signed. No more. It really hurts to see sometimes some people actually believing in Russian propaganda, even in situations like these. I've seen those people. I've seen what they say. One of them has told me that supposedly the Russians weren't aiming for the hospital. That supposedly they were aiming for something else, because of course Kyiv is such a big center of military, isn't it? Idiotic. It is pointless to even discuss with these people anymore, my friends. We need to know what they say, yes, but to try to change their minds is meaningless. I could go into politics, start talking about all the Russophiles, all the shills, all of these people with their pockets full of rubles. who have been shilling for Russia, defending Russia on every occasion. But it's pointless. The damage has been done. The damage is being done every day. I will make one example, however. Modi, the Prime Minister of India, has been hugging Putin right after the atrocities that they have committed in Охматдит. That, my friends, is what the political leader should not do. What a political leader should not be like. Somebody who kisses the hand of a psychopath and on the next day claims that he's going to negotiate a peace deal with us. Pathetic. Disgusting. Enough. No more of that, my friends. We need to know what we're dealing with at long last. We need to know our enemy, know Russia, and know our friends. Those who stood by us, those who have helped us. I would like to say thank you to all of those people who have helped us. Those people who know that this war is not only about Ukraine, not only about the relation between Russia and Ukraine, or even not only about Eastern Europe. This war is about the future of mankind. Because if the country that has given up the most to achieve world peace is allowed to get annihilated by a nation of psychopaths, then there truly is no future for humanity any longer. I'd like to thank all of the people from all over the world. I'd like to thank you all for coming here, my friends, on this dark day. One of these people, a good friend of mine, has given me a book called The Language of War. I'd like to finish with a quote from that book, because it has truly marked me forever. This quote, by the way, relates to the Russians and what they have done in Bucha. Those who had been here had turned everything upside down and smashed the surfaces of every electronic device they could find, as if they resisted progress or were afraid to see their own bestial reflection. We are not dealing with people who can be negotiated with. Sometimes we're not dealing with people at all. We're dealing with people who have given up their humanity long ago. What's left of that humanity cannot be found again. But the humanity stays and stands with us. As long as we stand, as long as we continue to speak, that hope for a better future, for a better humanity endures. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Героям України тричі!
Слава! Слава! Слава!
Ворогам України тричі!
Смерть! Смерть! Смерть!
And now, my friends, I'd like to invite young talent from Ukraine, a young talented girl, to sing a song for us.